Um, let's see. Feel free to swear and do all your typical mannerisms. By the way,
Beautiful.
I urge against you know, homophobic,
In all offense,
racism, xenophobic
okay,
shit.
okay.
Ooh, there we go. We're
Ooh,
live. We are live.
where
Just
are you? I can't see you.
you can't see me.
Mm. Turn your videos off.
It says it's on.
It's
Maybe it's
just
because
two squares going. Are you still on FaceTime?
um I am. Yeah, I think it's because my camera is currently being used to capture for the stream.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm not really sure what's going on.
That's whatever. It's not a big deal.
It's all good. It's all good.
I just have to look at myself the whole time.
No. Damn, that kind of blows. Um,
Um,
pull
Give
up
me
a
1 second. I
podcast
want
and
to do
put it
this
on
real quick.
quiet, and you'll be able to see my pretty mug.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Nah, take your time.
One
Take your
second.
time, brother. This is what I envisioned: the casual kickback, just talking and figuring shit out. You know. Dude, I saw this shit on TikTok. Oh wait, you can't see me yet. Fuck.
Can
Whoa.
you? Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me like that? Is that better?
Can you hear me now, SpongeBob?
I can hear you.
Yeah, no, I've been able to hear you. But that's better mic quality, yeah.
Okay, I'm FaceTiming you, and then I'm gonna turn the. Or you turn your mic off on the FaceTime.
True, true, true. Oh, I see. You're smart. Oh, and then I'll put. Oh, dude, hold up. I got a ring light right behind my webcam, so I'll just throw that shit here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Well, you won't be capturing my FaceTime.
No, but I'm capturing your Discord.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you're, because I can't turn you all the way off. So just speak. I just
Blah
want to
blah
make
blah
sure
blah
that,
blah.
because I can't turn you all the way off. So just speak.
You gotta turn your mic off on the FaceTime still.
Um.
Picking up your
Oh, I can mute myself. I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, huge, 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 as Donnie would say. All right.
I'm just gonna put you right there where you would be.
Yeah, please do it. This is kind of. I'm super happy with what I'm looking at because if if you pull up
Bring
this,
your mic up a little bit. I can't.
turn my mic up,
Bring it
closer. I'll turn the gain up. Um,
Yeah, I can see it on the other side.
hello,
That's low. That's low.
super low. Hello, hello, hello.
More.
More.
Halfway, at
At
least.
least
halfway.
halfway. At least. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
you're silent now.
I'm silent. Hello?
Was that going the other way?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now that's distorted now, huh? I don't know. What are you using? An interface or is that a USB mic?
It's a USB mic.
Okay, that's distorted. Bring it down. Just bring it down. You're fine. I would say either just bring the mic closer to you or the volume up on the Discord, but either way.
You can turn me up on Discord. I can't do it myself, I don't think. Brother.
How do I settings? No, that's not gonna be it.
Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you, so it doesn't really matter.
You can hear me right now?
Go.
Now you can hear me. What's good? I got a little. I don't know. I got mic monitoring on. I'm not sure how to really fuck with that. I'll figure it out in post. Post. Gotta adjust the audio levels a little bit. Turn you up a little bit. All right. What's good, brother? What have you been up to? What's been in your field? Hello? Hello? I see you on FaceTime, but I don't see you on Discord. Your face. You just got a frozen smile. I love it. We got the funk. We got the funk. Ow. Let's see what happens if I call him again. So now I just joined. Yo, can you hear me? Hello, hello. Brother. Having a little technical difficulties. No, I don't want to see my logo over there. I want to see Taylor. There's his, but where is he? Oh, he left. Oh, now he's over there. Yo, yo, yo. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. Oh, I heard a little bit. I heard microphone. I didn't hear. I saw you talking, but I didn't hear it. Nope. Hold up. I have to adjust this now.
Oh wait, give me one second.
Oh, I just heard you. I heard that.
Can you hear me now?
I still hear you. Yes.
Yeah. Everything worked.
Yeah. Just keep talking for a minute. I'm not hearing you anymore.
Talking. That means the mic in and out.
Oh, this is weird. Yeah, your mic's like cutting in and out.
Hold on, give me. I can see. Yeah, I can see it like.
In the meantime, I'm going to throw on some nice, calm, DMCA-free music. DMCA, free Twitch. Let's keep those low. Yo. I still can't hear you. Nope. Still can't. Hello. Taylor. Hi. Now your camera's frozen. What is happening, brother? I don't think it's anything on my end. Crystalline. Well, this is pretty whack. Do you have other stuff open on your computer? Let's go back. Let's see if this changed anything. Yo.
Hold on, I'm trying to fix the Discord right now.
Take your time.
Okay,
Alright, I'll pull you in. Give me a sec. I'm just setting this up. But alright, let me drag you in. Let me mute this. Oh, I hear you. I don't see you though. Hey, there you are. Oh, now I don't hear you. Now I don't hear you. That's weird. Why'd that happen? You don't have touch to talk on, do you? Yeah, for whatever reason, I can't hear you. Oh, there goes your camera. Oh, there you are. Still can't. Huh. Oh. I saw you hung up on FaceTime. I can't hear you right now. Oh, I think it says you muted yourself. Look at the bottom where it says your name. Yeah, you're muted.
Charlotte.
Oh, I hear you now.
Hello.
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 Oh, jeez, my ears. What's up, brother? Oh, now I don't hear you. No, I don't hear you. What the fuck? Oh, now I hear you.
Hello.
Is there like some filter on your mic where you have to like scream at it? Because I could hear a little bit of you.
Up on Discord unless I'm very loud.
That's weird.
I can hear.
I wonder why that is. Give me one sec. Let's redo this.
Check it. How's that?
I can hear you.
Me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. What?
Yeah. You can hear me.
Yeah, I can. What's different?
I decreased the input sensitivity, or I guess I increased the input sensitivity.
Oh, word. Yeah, that shit was whack.
So now, okay, are we lit now, or what's the deal? Let me see if I can FaceTime you now.
I think we're lit. Yeah, give me one sec. I'll answer that in just a moment.
Bruh.
Damn, that shit kind of.
All right, you can pick that up now. you can pick that up now.
I did, didn't I? There we go.
There you go. Okay.
That was a vibe.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Give me a sec.
And okay, I can see you too. So turn your mic off on the FaceTime.
Mic off on the FaceTime. Word. At some point, we're gonna get this to work just with Discord. But
okay.
That time is not now.
And then I'm going to. Oh, I see what's happening. Ah, I see.
Can you see clearly now? Has the rain gone?
I can, but your voice is so low because of the FaceTime. That's why I can't really. That's why your mic was. So can I just? Alright, fuck it. No FaceTime. We don't have to see each other. It's okay. Or I'll use my. Or my phone's dead. So it's okay. I'll end the call on FaceTime. Alright, it's fine. Okay. I can hear you, and you're probably recording yourself anyway.
I am, yeah. But if I, damn, that kind
it's
of
fine.
blows.
It's fine. It's fine. I know what you look like. I know where you're sitting now. I've got a vivid image of you in my head. Just as good.
You know what? Just pull up my Instagram, put my headshot right in front of you, and just talk.
I will. I will.
Holy shit, that's funny.
Oh,
how are you, brother? What's been going on?
I'm fine. I'm busy. I'm very busy. I'm doing school now, and so that's really eating up a lot of my time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this weekend, Ness Jamar from the Listen to the Kids came up to Goshen,
Word.
and we recorded a little bit. Um, and we also did like some videos for him. So we did videos, we did recording music, some production stuff. Um, it's really it. We literally worked like probably about 10 hours each day on music.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just making songs, like throwing shit at the window, and
We're doing anything and everything that comes to mind.
seeing what hits. Yeah, he just his whole motto was that he just wanted to have fun, and as long as he's having fun and like being creative, then that's what he's happy with, which is a really sweet and wholesome perspective on the whole thing, because I tend to take it too seriously. Um,
In
you
what
know,
way?
I guess I don't know if I'd call myself a perfectionist with production, but like, it's everyone has a different expectation and goal they're looking to achieve when making a song. Um, Mine's different from that. So like I have to get used to.
I'm listening. I'm changing the title to add your tags. Continue.
Yeah, yeah. I have to learn how to adapt to each person's sound, and because being a producer, that's what you're doing. You're not making your music. That's the number one thing is it's not your song, it's the artist's song, and you have to do like if they know what they want, then that's what you're making. I think, which is it's so funny because Ness doesn't, and I'm not saying I know music theory too well either, but Ness would go, oh, like do this, do like like with it, like that's exactly what he would do, and he would hum something or he'd make a noise, and I'd be like, okay, and we just try and find like the best instrument or that would fit that same texture, or and then I'd follow the melody line he was going for.
Yeah.
So it was really fun, and just like seeing what we could create and just having a blast while doing it. Um,
Word, brother. That sounds like fun.
yeah, but it was good. It was really important for me, because I want to be able, like, the way I see my career panning out with production is like I want to act as a vehicle for uh, people's desires with their sound,
Mm-hmm.
or what they want to sound like. Uh, I want to be like the driver, but I want them to have the map and they're sitting in the passenger seat. So they're giving me the directions, but I'm getting them to that destination. Um, because we live in like today's world is kind of infinite in the grounds of production and music in particular, or in general, and it's I just want to be someone that like people know they can come to, know that they have like a friendly face and can kind of give anything to, and like I'll be like, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, we can find
and
something.
it's not. Yeah, exactly. And it's not like it's not intimidating either. Like that's my biggest thing. I just want people comfortable, because when you're in a healthy environment, you are more than like you are more than apt to make something good and something that you're proud of and that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Whether because like I'm sure people, and I've been in this situation too, where like I've been in a studio and I felt extremely just intimidated and like out of place, and like I feel like I think every community has this, and there's like a gatekeepy feeling, like keep secrets. Like I'm not gonna tell you exactly how I do things because I don't want you to know how I do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't like that. I want to be able to speak in a universal or colloquial language that like all of my clients and people I work with are able to understand, and don't feel like it's like producer and then you're the artist, but like I'm doing everything. It's like, no, we're doing this together.
Mm-hmm.
I've had more history with it, so of course I know more with it right now. But that doesn't mean uh, what you create is any less quality than what I make.
Well, yeah,
So
quality is subjective, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think that's a good. I think that's a really good habit to establish for yourself, to not try and like withhold your secrets, quote unquote, because like I'm just thinking through what would happen if I were to come to you and I'd be like, oh, how'd you do that? And let's say you tell me, right? Okay, cool. I can maybe fuck around on my own and try and figure it out. But that builds a good brand in my head. That builds reputation for you in my head. It's like, oh, this is the guy who helped me figure this out. And not that I would have a negative perception of you if you didn't tell me, like, oh, that's trade secret. I think it's a little fuckboy if you were to tell me that. Well, I'll be honest.
It is.
But
It is. That's ridiculous.
yeah. But also, like, let's say you tell 100 people how you do one thing. I'd say maybe 2 to 5 people would actually go and do that thing and try and get good at it. You know, because it's like if an artist comes to you, they're not gonna want to produce it most likely. You know, like content creators pretty don't wanna edit their own videos in a similar way. It's like, oh, that's how you edited it. You fucking went through for 7 hours. Fuck that. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to chill and make the content and have someone else do it. Ideally, right?
Yeah, as soon as you see the what is it? The brunt? Is that the word? The
The brunt is
I
a
don't
good
know.
word. The brunt of like all the stuff you gotta
Is
do.
that the right word? Okay. I didn't know if that was like a made up word. Um the bulk of the workload. It's
Yeah.
just like it's a lot of it's a lot like me and him we worked on the music and it was a lot of fun doing it and whatnot. But there's so much I still have to do. There's
Hmm.
so much I still have to do and it's going to be hours of like sitting there moving one thing from this to this and like perfecting it and making it something that not only and this is where my selfish qualities come in like not only that he's proud of but I'm proud of too because my name's going to be on it.
Yeah.
Like although it's their song it's like I'm a part of it. I don't want something going out that I'm not proud of,
Hmm.
you know.
What is the what's the? I know we talked about it a little before, but I just want to get clear again. What's your goal right now? Can be as vague or
Mm.
as specific as you want.
Yeah. Um Currently my goal right now get through school,
Hmm.
learn as much as I can about this trade,
Producing.
um about this lifestyle. Yeah. Um you know, honestly, at Ness yesterday we were in the car together waiting for the train to come, and he was like, "You're sharpening your sword," and I was like, "Wow, that's a really wonderful analogy for like what like this time is for." You know, it's not. I'm not trying to like. I'm getting prepared, so that I can have the best and uh, had the most reputable work, the highest quality work, and just stuff that again I can be proud of when I'm working with people.
Hmm.
As of right now, there isn't necessarily a financial goal, um, because right now is all about getting myself set up so that one day I can like say a certain like a certain price and be like of course I'm charging this because this is what I'm worth, you know. But I'm still like walking up the steps to figure out what I'm worth right now,
Yeah.
and still and still polishing of things.
Hmm.
Um, but that doesn't mean I'm not working on people's stuff right now. Like I have a few clients here and there, um, but again, uh, I want to be at a I want to be at a different degree of knowledge, and and actual just like being able to articulate what I want to do or what I'm doing in music production per se, like
Hmm.
the way I talk about it, my vocabulary around the entire thing, just like the way I've been and like because this has been a lot of questions for like the meet and greets for the first classes, um, like just understanding the whys and the hows and being able to, and if I get to the point where I can say like I'm doing this, I'm using this reverb, this particular reverb, at like with this level of pre-delay, with this level of decay, for this so and so reason, specifically, then I'll be a bit more satisfied.
Word. All right. I also just realized if you want a little more intimate feeling, you could just pull up the stream on Twitch, and you could get a little
Oh,
delayed look at what this looks like.
Oh, I don't want to see that. I'd be freaked out.
No.
Seeing myself talk in delay.
Heard. Yeah, I just got so used to it by streaming, man. I'm like, oh, what's up? That's me. No, but I like that, and I like that analogy of like sharpening your sword because it brings to mind the. I think it was what's his name? I think it was Will Smith that said some shit like this that if you're always prepared, you never need to get ready. So like, and there are just so many different iterations of that idea where it's like good things come to those who are prepared, right? So let's say I'm Logic, I'm a fucking well-off music producer, and I'm just looking around Instagram or some shit, and I'm looking at other smaller artists, um, and I see that you've been working on your shit consistently. I see that you're continually doing stuff, and where I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Whereas if you weren't sharpening, right, if you were just standing behind a wall of perfection, like, no, I'm gonna make it perfect, and then it's gonna be and then it's gonna come out, and then it'll be good.
Yeah.
But there's no such thing as that, right? So I like the idea of continually getting better, continually sharpening your sword, because I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking of it in like a battle scenario right now. Like if we're actually sharpening our sword, then obviously if I'm fighting someone, I'm gonna want to use the sword, use the stuff I prepared, right? But if there's a brief second where I can sharpen it a little more to get it a little better and maybe cut through them a little deeper, then I'm gonna take that chance, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, I'm kind of obsessed with stuff like that, like taking the small incremental steps, right? Because I mean, working out is a great idea, right? Is a great correlation. Is like
Yeah.
everyone wants to be jacked, everyone wants the big things, but before before I have big juicy pecs and buys and whatnot, before I bust out 50 push-ups in one go, I have to get one push-up. Then I have to do two.
Yeah.
Then I have to work my way up to 4, 5, 10, whatever. And it's it's kind of hard, especially when you got ambition like that, when you're trying to do stuff, when you're trying to make moves, when you're trying to, especially being young like we are, trying to find our space in this world. It's it's easy to get super eager and impatient. Uh,
Yeah.
and this also stems off. I was just reading this book. I think it's called Future Proofing Yourself by Jay Samit. And one of the things that was brought up, but I've read it elsewhere as well, is just like make a list of the small finite things you can do, the checkbox items, right? So like with working out, can I do 10 push-ups? Okay, can I up that to 11 consistently? Can I do it to 12? In making those small little steps up, because I have this image in my mind of I saw this ladder. I saw this image of these two ladders up to heaven or whatever, and there are two guys trying to climb the ladders, and on the right side there's a guy, and each of the rungs of the ladders are super far apart.
Hmm.
So to get from one rung to the next, you got to put a lot of it's. You may not even be able to, because it's so far. Whereas with the guy on the left, each rung is like 2 inches apart. So he's consistently,
Yeah.
slowly getting better, and he's working his way up more consistently than the guy on the right trying to, make these big leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And I've just lately been trying to figure out what those little steps are in any field. So for you, I don't know what it would be, but oh well, you said, right, if you can say I'm adding this distortion, this gain, these levels for this reason to get this desired effect, then I've checked that box, right? That's my rung. And I don't know, I've been just trying to figure that shit out for myself. I've been chilling a lot. I haven't had much responsibility as of late because I'm kicking it at home. I'm chilling on unemployment still, and so my main thing is I've just been trying to prioritize mental health, right? So I've been I've been trying to figure out how to do that, and I found a few things that I think help.
Um, you know, the incremental steps, the baby steps. I think it's funny because, you know, I feel like maybe I've spoken to you about this before, but the way I try to convince myself that I am capable of doing these things, and something that helps me, you know, dissect and de-stress the situation when looking at it, because like, you know, I hear like Jacob Collier productions and stuff like that, and professionally commercially mixed productions, and my stuff still isn't there. Like, it's definitely not there.
Mhm.
There's no way. um but I when I'm capable of it. So what are these the steps themselves? It's not. I don't think I don't think it's hard. I'll say this. I don't think it's difficult. I don't think it's hard. I think it takes a very long time. I think it takes a very, very long time. And I think the hardest part that we as humans have a lot of trouble conceiving is, you know, how long something's going to take. Because, like, especially today, where gratification can come within a snap's worth of time, um, we the future brings anxiety, and when we think of like taking 5 years to you know, hone a craft, it's like, how am I? What? 5 years? 5 more years of this?
Well, yeah, that's the
It's
tough
daunting.
part,
It's
man.
daunting.
Uh,
Yeah.
the concept of time struggles, man. No, I mean,
That's the thing. But that's the thing. It's not hard. It's just gonna take so long. But
it's
like,
yeah, it's not hard
if you can get over that,
if you can get over that. What?
if you can if you can separate the concepts of like difficulty via time, you know, the time, it's just the longevity of it. It's not like nothing. I will say, like, working out and like physical biological desires are physically tough, as well as learning things are like psychologically um intense and dramatic, and and stressful. But like, you can do it because people have done it.
Hmm.
Like, the proof is right in front of you, and you've done it too. Like, you've been able to do it. Like, the fact that I know what gain staging is, what stereo imaging is, these terms that I didn't know 2 years ago, like, these are the building blocks, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just one or another, and it's taking so fucking long. But I'm at a level where I never thought I would be, even though it's not where I imagined myself I would be. It's at
Hmm.
a level that I can definitely say I'm proud of, and you can look back on certain like, I do this a lot. Well, not a lot. Like, every couple months or so, I'll like listen to some old stuff I put on like SoundCloud or something. I'm like, wow, that sounds like shit. But like, I listen to it as a comparison for the stuff I'm currently working on, and like, wow,
Hmm.
this is just evolution at its finest, you know. Not to suck my own dick or anything, but
No,
but
no, you raise a good point. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is, like, if I look back at myself, when I was, I mean, dude, this happens when I watch old like self tapes or old films or old projects that I've done. Is like, damn, like, I was so trash. Like, when I when I think of how I was acting in high
mm,
school, I was like, damn, I cringe. Um, but
yeah.
I think that's also, I think what makes it feel difficult. And you're right, stress does come from looking towards the future, or anxiety or whatever, because you don't see a clear path necessarily. And I think what helps that, and more like what I'm trying to get better at figuring out, is mapping out that path, right? Or what I
Mm,
think that path could look like. Not saying it's necessarily going to follow those steps, but just
mm,
getting a roadmap in my mind, right? So like, for working out and whatnot, which I think is a great example to use in this space. If I if I want something like, let's say I want to weigh 180, 85 pounds, and I want to have 12% body fat, and just off the hand knowledge, I know, I hear that it is wise to lose a pound a week type of thing. That's in a healthy margin. So okay, if I know that, let's say I'm at dude, off topic. I'm heavier than I've ever fucking been, but I've also been
Really?
yeah, but I'm also like
It's probably because of the creatine.
it's probably the creatine, but it's creatine working out, but it's just funny, right? I don't care about it. I care more about the body fat percentage if we're in that realm, but I'm 230 right now, and so for this example, right, and this is just me sorting out my own roadmap as an example, but like, let's say I want to get to 200, and let's say I want to get 12% body fat, right? Then if I want to lose a pound, if I want to lose 1% a week, we'll say, which I think is pretty doable, of fat.
1% of body fat.
Yeah, and this is just arbitrary. Obviously, this will be tested and go along. Where if I find out, oh, it's actually easier to lose 2% a week, or actually it's easier to lose 0.5% a week, whatever it may be, whatever works, right? Whatever works for me. But getting an idea, like, okay, if I lose 1% a week, I'm at 30% right now. I can get down to 12, so that's 18% I gotta lose. That's 18 weeks. So that gives me a time frame right there. And then I just set up all these little parameters where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna weigh myself weekly. I'm gonna keep track of these things. I'm gonna set up an eating regimen and habit with caloric deficit to ensure that I am meeting these goals that I want, that I desire, right? Because that's where it all comes from, right? It's our wants, it's our desires, it's what we're greedy for. And even now, just as I'm talking it out, I haven't personally taken the time to make this roadmap for myself, and that's kind of what I want these talks to be a little bit like, which is like, okay, I have goals, you have goals, maybe some of them overlap. I would wager that definitely some of them don't. You're more music producing focused right now. I'm like that. I'm like, fuck that. So I really like just I guess brainstorming and shooting the shit. Like, okay, what would it look like, and what are these small steps? What are the smallest things we can look at, right? So I think, at least still in the workout regard, in the body fitness, whatever, meal prep has been a big thing on my mind lately. Where it's like, okay, if my maintenance calories are 2,000, and every time I work out I burn around 300 calories, and that I just know because I have a fucking Apple Watch, it works. And I want to be in a 300 calorie deficit, then I want to consume 2,000 calories a day. And then I can plan, okay, I'm going to plan for lunch, I'm going to plan for dinner, and then any extra calories outside of that, I'm going to use my awareness, my mindfulness at the time to make those choices, because I don't want to be strict and rigid. You can only eat this at this time, because that'll burn out, right?
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know. Do regimented, like, hours of the day help? I mean, like, with eating it's tough because, like, who knows when you're actually going to be hungry or not. Like, for me, it comes at different points of every day.
Yeah.
Unless but I guess if you get on a habit of it, then your body will probably adjust to that habit.
Yeah. But that's a good point. That's a very good point you bring up, which is just like, all of this is great in theory, but the most important part of all of this is consistently doing the thing, right? And so let's say whatever diet I make for myself theoretically works, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stick to that. It's very important I think whatever habit we try to establish, to have check-in periods. So let's say weekly I'll check in. I'll be like, okay, this week, how was it? What did I feel hungry? Did I feel full? Did I feel like I was shoveling stuff in my mouth? Like, how can I make this easier for me to consistently do, to continue pursuing my goal, right? And that's just what you said, right? Maybe some days I won't be as hungry. I won't want to eat until some days, dude. I don't start eating until like 6, And I'm like, all right, word.
Yeah.
But I think having that plan, I think it was, who the fuck was it? It was Winston Churchill, I think, said it. He was like, having a plan is useless, but planning is everything. Where it's like, he was doing it with World War II in mind, but if you think ahead and you plan for stuff that could eventually happen, regardless of if they do happen, you will be better off because you have contingencies. You have an idea of what could be. Right? So a contingency for working out and eating could be like, okay, I'm going to plan for 6 days working out a week. But I also know that, I might feel like shit one day. I might fucking hurt myself and not want to work out the next day. Or, one day I might be like, damn, dude, it's been fucking forever since I've had just like a nice fucking fat, just disgusting meal, and that's what I want, right? So it could get to day 6 and I could be like, you know what, I'm feeling good. I don't really need that cheat meal. Or I don't even really want that cheat meal because I'm feeling like on my rocker. Which is good, but it could. But if I do feel like shit, since I've already thought of the eventuality, like, oh, I could one day really want to have a cheat meal, then that would have already happened, and it would be easy to be kind to myself in that regard. Because it would be like, you know what? Yeah, no, I planned for this. I know it's all right. Maybe emotionally in the moment I'm not feeling the best because I feel like I'm cheating my goals, right? But it's not cheating if you plan for it. Don't take that to your relationships, but take that to your workouts.
Yeah, well, okay, let's say this. It's like, what if you... maybe it's not like a designated time frame, but like, once or twice a week, you're allowed to like give yourself that buffer zone of freedom. Like freedom of food, freedom of laziness, and whatnot. Because you're a machine, as is every other living thing, and it needs to like 100 hours of work straight does you no good. It's like studying, I think I feel like I heard this years ago, and who knows if it's actually right. I'm probably just shitting out my mouth right now. But I saw something of like, you can really only like retain 40 minutes worth of information at a time, and I honestly believe that because after those minutes are up, my brain shuts off.
You feel fried, yeah.
I can't, like, nothing is penetrating anymore. But I don't know. I think it's just, if these are things you really, really want, like physical, I don't know, wellness, quality and just overall health. If these are things you really, really want, well, I think you can make it happen, and then we just get into the conversation about the habit, right?
Yeah.
Habit. Well, yeah. Well, I think you told me this, like that acronym you gave me, like action, motivation,
ARM. Action.
Or something.
No,
ARM.
Action, reward, motivation. So yeah, I can't remember where the fuck I saw that, but I'm so glad you brought it back up. Because if you take an action, so it's building habits. It's building a habit system, right? And so if you have a goal, you have something in mind. Let's say working out. Okay, my action is working out, right? And when I work out, I have to have a reward because the animal in us won't do stuff unless it's gratifying. So, okay, if I work out, my reward, honestly, and I'm happy it's become it because it tastes fucking sweet as fuck, but a reward for me is thinking about the creatine shake after because that shit tastes nice. And then in addition, there's the feeling of like, oh, I feel really good. I look at the end of every workout, I take my shirt off, I look in the mirror because I'm like, okay, let's see the work I did today.
Okay.
I have these little rewards that help build it back up. And then when I think of those times, when I think of the shake, when I think of like the pump I'll get, that gives me motivation to go back the next day. You know, today I did chest, right? I didn't I didn't fucking want to do that shit. But I know I've gotten to know myself to the point where it's like, okay, if I can just get past the first set of workout, like if I can get through that first workout, like the first exercise that I'm doing, which is push-ups, then I'm gonna feel fucking fine. And if I wanna quit, if I wanna stop like after 15-20 minutes, I'll allow myself that, right? If I really want to. But I know that I just have to, I just tell myself, I don't even think of the rest of the workout. I'm like, just do the push-ups, just do that first set of exercises, and then check in. Because even if I just do the push-ups, I'll be like, all right, well, I did something, and this will just be my rest day. Or, hey, I ended up doing like 3/4 of the workout, and I feel good, and I don't have to beat myself up. I have my reward, I treat myself, and then tomorrow, I'll be like, yeah, wow, like trying to keep the flow going. Tomorrow's back. First thing I got to do, get it out of the way. I'll just do my fucking what the fuck do I do first thing for back? Oh no, it's back and bis. First thing I got to do is bicep curls. And once I get those hammer curls out the way, it doesn't matter what else I do, because I'm trying to, you know, reiterate the habit, right? Not to steal your thunder, but yeah, action, reward, motivation.
You're getting the snowball a rolling.
Yeah.
Two things I want to embark on here. I want to talk about the reward system, because, you know, you said the creatine thing, and like, it's strange because I don't necessarily like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like a reward. Like if there's a more direct reward that you're looking for, because like as soon as you said like, oh, looking in the mirror, feeling good about myself, knowing that I did something healthy, and like knowing that this is like I look better and I feel better knowing that I look better. I think that's like an awesome thing. Like, you know my buddy Kevin, right? He's like a workout addict now. He gets up and runs like 5+ miles every morning on his treadmill. Like he gets up at like 7 a.m. every day, runs, works out. It's nuts.
Nice. Good habit.
Like, we talk about this a lot, because, you know, I'm in the trenches of bad habits, like waking up 5 minutes before work and sitting at the computer and being like, fuck this. But I'm also seeing somebody and staying up till 1 or 2 in the morning every night, so, you know, obviously different.
We're all in different spaces. We all want to improve, right?
Yeah, exactly. But his reward, it has nothing to do with the way he looks. He doesn't give a shit. He is purely, when I run, I feel phenomenal, and like I love that feeling. And I treat and he says like, I treat my sadness or depression or whatever you want to call it for him, like a disease. And diseases have cures, and sicknesses have cures. And I know this is my cure, my remedy. It's doing things that I know will physically make me feel good, and then inevitably make my mental health better too. So like his motivation is pure, just like
intrinsic,
yeah, intrinsic quality of life, physical body, just like well-being and everything. So I think this direct reward that like is a parallel course, corresponds like innately to the, I think that goes a lot further than like the idea of like the old idea of like, oh, giving someone like a treat for doing something good. You know.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is you never want,
in regards to stuff like this.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. With any type of habit, of habit that you either have or you're trying to establish, or let's just talk about habits we're trying to establish right now. You really want to be very careful about, in my regard, extrinsic rewards, like the shake or whatever, or like looking at myself in the mirror, because it's very temperamental, right? If I don't have my creatine, there goes my reward. If I look in the mirror and I don't feel good after a workout, or like I don't like what I see in the mirror, that could have a negative effect, right? Whereas no, exactly what Kevin, right? Kevin, what Kevin is really doing well on, I think, is having that reward be intrinsic, having it be the feeling, which is something that I love, especially just about working out, which I feel like can relate to everything else in the world. It's just so cut and dry. But quite literally, after a workout, what happens? Your body releases endorphins.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna feel good. And so after a workout, if you just think about how you feel, it's like, oh, I feel good. I feel like I did some shit today, you know? Like I'm thinking of it now, like, oh, I feel like I'm coming off a high. I worked out like an hour and a half ago. I'm still feeling this shit. So you bring up a very good point. It can be extremely dangerous, the way that we reward ourselves, because another way I do it is, I feel extremely justified to go smoke weed if I've worked out before. So if I work out, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go sit on the porch, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna fucking burn. And of course it's enjoyable and I love it, right? But then comes the theoretical problem of, like what if I smoke weed before I work out? What if I don't have weed? Like the extrinsic stuff, I think the main point I'm trying to get to is you can't control the extrinsic stuff, and it is very easy for those extrinsic rewards to be turned around and become negative, right?
Yeah.
And but I think,
well, I think even in, go for it, sorry.
No, please. No, I think a hard thing about intrinsic rewards is is really feeling satisfied with the reward, because as much as like motivation is a cumulative effect kind of thing, right? If I've worked out now for probably almost, I'm like a month and a half. I've been working out steady, which is good. I wasn't working out for months. But it's easier for me to do it now than it was in week 1, right? So the more it's snowball, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. But what do you do when the feeling you get after a workout isn't satisfying? Or like where's that intrinsic reward system where I feel really good about myself, and I'm like, yeah, I did the thing. I did the things that I needed to do to get to where I really want to be. And is acknowledging that enough of a reward? And what happens if it's not? And so that's where I try and that's where my mind's at right now. Like, I'm good right now, but going back to our planning things, thinking for the inevitabilities, what happens when I don't feel satisfied after a workout?
Well, I have two things to say on that. One being that sounds like looking into the future too much, and then ultimately defeating the desire to even want to do it. I'm doing this right now and I enjoy it, and I do it because I enjoy it. But what if at one point in the future I don't enjoy it? Like, you ruin it. You just shot yourself in the foot. Why would you do that? Why would you look that far ahead?
I think it's
ruin
really
this for yourself?
not trying to ruin it. I see what you're getting at, but I think it's important, right? Because if in the same way that, let's say we're taking a road trip, right, and we're going through Route 66, and we know that, not even we know, but we can hypothesize that somewhere along the road's going to be bumpy. And so what do we do to plan for the bumpy road to get through to where we want to go, right? Because you don't want to stop at the bumpy road, you want to get to your destination. And I think in the same way here, I think it's super important to plan for specifically this what if scenario, because if we hit the bump and we don't have a plan for it, it would be very easy to fall out of the car.
Right. Well, I guess in this, working out and a road trip are two very different things. I think it would be, I think this comes back into the cycle of like motivation and why you're even doing it in the first place, and what it is about it that you so passionately cared for when you first started doing it, and that you did for so long, and then again, is that thing, is it an intrinsic desire, or was it for other materialistic gain? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. It's tough to plan for something like that, because like if it's something you, and this was gonna be my second point, and it's like, do it because you really fucking want to. I know it sounds mundane and like and unpolished, but like, yeah, I have no other way to say it. I saw this clip of what's his fucking name, Quentin Tarantino today.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not a film guy at all, and this is so silly, and I'm sure like a bunch of people saw this and were like really motivated. And he was like, you don't have to know anything about cinema. As long as you really, really fucking love it and really, really want to do it, you can do it. You can make it happen. And the reason I know that you can do it is because you really, really want to. It just kept going in circles. And I kind of adored that idea. Like, yeah, you can. If you like, but you have to crave this thing. You have to long for it. You have to, go to bed thinking about it and wake up like first thing on your mind. And it can be multiple things. But like something like a road trip that's preparation. That's a legitimate preparation that you can do for a flat tire. But something like this, like getting to a point where you're unmotivated, well, what got you motivated, and how can I return to that satisfactory feeling? And I think right now it's even more get those things, because I think a big motivator is community, and we've talked about this a lot, but like going to a gym and just seeing other people doing it and being like, nice, like same goals, wanting to feel good, just people around, having people around makes you feel better, and competition too. Competition. Seriously.
Yeah. Well, I was talking with my brother.
Fuck, why don't I look like that?
when I fell off working out, I was talking to my brother. I was like, yeah, like I was trying at the time to convince him to start working out at home, because we have a home gym instead of working out at his office. Selfishly, because I knew that if I saw him working out, I would want to work out with him. But in the same way that I was definitely on top of my shit physically, working out wise, when we were living together. Like probably like most of the time, because I was like, oh, there's my boy, he's doing his thing, I want to be fucking shredded and juicy like him, like let's get it. And I think you bring up a really good point as far as like motivation, what got you there in the first place, what made you really want to do it. And I find myself getting more excited about these things the more that we talk about them, right? So
me too, man.
One of the big things I wanted to do, I wanted to start podcasting consistently, was just to talk and figure it out, because I knew by expressing our desires, expressing what we want to achieve, we would talk about it, and then we'd get excited just talking about it, realizing how possible all these things are.
Well, and then and then being able to reflect on it the next week and being like, oh, what did I accomplish, and what's coming up this week, like what can I be excited for, and what did I do that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
You know, this is how I see my classes right now. Like, we meet once a week, and it's like, oh shit. It's honestly, I think of it like therapy. Like, you meet once a week because you want to talk about all the shit that you did, and then you realize, oh, honestly, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking forward to trying to enjoy this upcoming existence.
And something I've noticed just personally, because because it's it's easy to not be in discussion about things, right? It's easy to just brush it off and not talk or not think about things that we want, because of whatever reason, the plethora of things that inundate us every day. Something that I have found personally that really that really works for me, especially for working out when I really don't want to. I start to try and harness the opposite end of that excitement. I try to harness like the frustration in me, where I think like I don't know, I could rattle off so many things right now, like, oh, like all these motherfuckers, like there are so many people that I'll just focus on working out because I could talk about anything. Like there are there are so many people that are jacked out there. There are a lot of people that are fucking doing all these things, and damn, whether I'm right or wrong, I feel like they're getting a lot more attraction from women, which is something I want. Where I'm frustrated, I'm like, damn, like I want chicks to fucking want me the way I feel like they want the ripped dude. So I'm like, damn. I start trying to get myself pissed off, because that's what really makes me need to move. And I don't even know if I'd call it, well, I guess envy in a way, but I just really feel like I start to almost try and make myself see red, where it's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck do they have something I want that I don't have? And I start to let myself get fucking pissed, and I'm like, yeah, and especially with working out, that helps, because I'm like, yeah, fuck this, I'm gonna, like, what do I need to do to get to that? And then I start thinking, like, oh, like, these motherfuckers have all the shit that I want that I don't have. How do I get that shit? Oh, working out is how I get that body that I want, that I think will, satisfy these desires that I have. And I'm like, and I start thinking, I'm like, all right, yeah, I bust out my push-ups fucking with a skip in my step, because I'm like, fuck them. Like, who the fuck are they to, like, why, like, what the fuck? Like, I can do that. So I get myself pissed off, because that for me, I have found, is a very good actionable tool. Like with acting, let's say. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
No, you're good.
No, like just to relate it outside of working out, because we've been talking about that most of the time. But like with acting, and these are people that I like. I'm about to talk about friends, people that I love, and I have no resentment towards whatsoever. But I start trying to get myself to get a little frustrated, where I'm like, oh, like, these are my boys. This guy just booked a fucking animated short. These guys are working together in another country on a fucking feature film. Like, what the fuck? Like, I want that. I want to do those things. Like fuck that. Yeah. Why the fuck is that not me? And so I start getting myself frustrated. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Like, fuck. I cannot word it any better. Fuck that. Why? Like, fuck that. Like, I want that thing. And so I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a little motivated now. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go submit. I'm gonna go on acting sites and I'm gonna submit for roles. I'm gonna reach out to friends that are working in the same industry in my area, and I'll be like, yo, let's just fucking do some stupid little shit just to do something, to feel like we're moving forward. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just wanna feel like I'm getting towards those things, And then this comes into the planning, like, oh, if I want the acting thing, what are the small little steps that I can measure and check box off? Oh, I can submit on sites. I can reach out to people in my area. I can film a 15-second little short, whatever. Like, all the random things I could name off right now. But it, like, frustration, I have realized for me, really amps me up. Really gets me to action. Gets me to act.
Yeah, and I don't know why this just popped up into my head. There are a few things I wanted to talk about regarding all of that. But the first thing that popped up into my head was the just the I don't know. I think working diligently for something, working hard, if you want to call it,
Hmm.
um, putting a lot of effort into something, I'll say, um, goes a long way. Like like the way you talk about acting, doing more so doing something because you love it. Um, like when I see, and like I'm a hypocrite because I've been a proprietor. I don't know.
Proprietor.
I've
Yeah.
done, yeah, of like of wanting like to be noticed very quickly, and like doing stuff on TikTok, and like doing stuff on Instagram, like putting up ads and whatnot, and like doing these things that are meant for like immediate uh fame, right?
Results. Yeah.
I just mean fame right now, like pure like, oh my god, a lot of people would know me because like I put up one TikTok and now I have this gigantic following. What worries me about that is like, are you doing, and like I found myself like making these fucking videos where I'm like, I hate this shit so much, and I'm not even enjoying the thing that I'm trying to get noticed for. Like with music, if I'm like making a video for music, it's like I'm not enjoying doing the video. I'm not enjoying doing taking all the steps to make the video look nice, to make the song nice or whatever. So I think what you're talking about, like getting together with people just because you like to fucking do it,
Yeah. Well, that. Well.
just because
Yeah.
you want to act and you want to, and of course the goal is like, doing this will make me better. It's practice. And who knows? Maybe we'll just end up making a film and we'll submit it. We'll submit it to
And
festivals
who
and
knows
whatnot.
where it could go? Yeah.
Exactly. But the fact that you did it, like, because you want to create, because you want to act, because you have something that you're just passionate about, will, and this is kind of just circling back, intrinsically be more rewarding
Yeah.
than anything else. Than anything else. Um, and I also wanted to talk about like this frustration thing that you're uh, going on about, which I think is, honestly, I think it's healthy, because we have a lot of aggression. I won't even call it hate. I call it aggression because we're living things, and everything has aggression, and I'm not talking about that in a negative sense. I'm talking about it in like a pent up thing where like, if this doesn't isn't released in any um, form, then it lingers, and then we're, you know, then anger comes out of it, right? But if this stuff is released, if this aggression is um, filtered some way through some action, then you'll end up feeling better about doing everything else too. Like, so these things, I think you are actually like, I don't know, envious, jealous, um, like why not me kind of scenarios.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
They exist. They exist. They exist, and they're real, and they're real emotions. And like, it's totally valid to feel like that too. Um, but you know, it's about the direction of where you want to um, emit those feelings, that feeling of aggression. You know, you don't want to put it on other people at all,
Hmm.
because I know you don't. I know you don't. But it's okay to feel like that. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like,
No, you're right. You're right. I. You're. I appreciate that. Yeah. No. I. I think it's really important though what one decides to do, right? Because what we're talking about right now revolves around something that we inherently desire, and it's really easy to mix up just cravings and desires, because like like let's in a very real way, you know, I let's say I desire to feel good, right? And the action, the habit that I have established for that is working out. Let's say I don't work out one day. And this has happened to me in the past where, like, let's say I don't do something and I'm like, fuck. Let's say I'll go smoke my weed or whatever. There's a little feel good. There's a little dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll keep looking. Like the entire through line is trying to feel good, right? But there are so many positive and negative ways to do that, which I think it's important to be mindful in the moment when you do stuff. Like, like I'll eat a slice of cake, and then I'll be like, damn, that cake was fucking good, I want another. And I'll get a fucking another slice of cake.
Yeah,
and
hell
like,
yeah.
But then like three slices later, I start loathing myself, and I start feeling so bad about myself. Because I'm like, damn, that's like, I don't think I knew where I was going, but I think I found it. I think feeling good in the delayed is better than immediate gratification. Like, delayed gratification better than immediate. Because when I think of anything that is delayed gratification, those are the things that I actually truly want in my life, right? Delayed gratification, I want to work out, I want to have a body, I want to feel good about myself. Delayed gratification in work, I want to be a Nicholas Sparks leading man. I want to act in these certain high regards at the expert level. And these are all things that obviously won't come immediately, and they take work and they take effort. And when I think of all of the immediately gratifying things, like sex or food, eating, like drugs, smoking weed, whatever it may be, while there are spaces where they're positive and they're justified and they're good, the more I think about it, the more for me it feels like anything that is immediate gratification can pretty much be guaranteed to lead to later dissatisfaction. Like eating the cake or smoking the stuff or whatever. And that's just for me. It could be different for other people, but
No, dude, I think that's pretty universal. I mean, think about how many times I just think of everybody I know that, like, and I've been a hypocrite or a person in this story as well, where, like, especially for sex,
Mhm.
I'm gonna specifically talk about sex, where it's like so much time, so much energy,
so much effort.
so much effort, just and so much of your time wasted because I don't know why. I don't get it. I don't understand.
Because we're horny,
as
dog.
soon as you apparently, because, like, as soon as the action is finished, it's like
it's that PNC.
It's a PNC. I know, and it's terrible. It's quite sad that, like, so much of so much time that you could have spent on other things, honing, perfecting your craft.
Well, that's been.
You were like.
You were trying to bust a nut.
Like, oh, I'm gonna spend the next week figuring out when I'm seeing this person, what we're gonna do, all the, like, and I'm not saying that the goal is always sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the time it's like fantasized intimacy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Someone I'm looking for, honestly, it's a distraction. It's a distraction to, like, focus on, like, it's your and I'm a person who's, like, all about emotion and whatnot, like, feel everything you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Go towards the feelings, take the gut feeling and whatnot. Don't let go of that. But the emotion, the desire overwhelms what the outcome actually is going to be for a goal that we don't know what's going to happen.
And most of the time, don't even know what the goal is. It's like, what is my goal? To have sex? Like,
yeah.
Like, that's I've been putting a lot more time into thinking where I put my attention. And because lately I've
Yeah.
been noticing, I'll scroll my phone. I mean, dude, it happens to everyone. You're scrolling Instagram. Later, it's been an hour. It's like, fuck. I'm on TikTok. I'm
Yep.
like, damn, it's fucking 4 a.m. and I've been on TikTok for 2 hours. Fuck me. Um, so I've been, because, I feel like I waste time in those regards. And somewhere where I personally realize I not only waste time, but I waste so much energy that I could put elsewhere and so much effort is dating and dating apps and shit like that. And and something I found that has been a good what's the word, a good way of dealing with these desires, because I like, I'll have Snapchat on my phone, or I'll have Tinder, and I'll have Bumble and Hinge and all the fucking apps, and I'll notice that I just mindlessly, if nothing's going on, I'll slide over, I'll press that yellow icon, I'll check Snapchat. Even if nothing
Yep.
happens, even if I'm not expecting anything, I'll just open it. And
Yep.
especially, I recently, I was on a dating app. I started talking with this girl. We went over to Snapchat to continue talking, and I noticed that so much of my attention and energy went to Snapchat. Like, I would refresh my page every other minute to see, oh, did they open it? Oh, like, what's going, like, did they see it yet? Like, and so much of my time and effort went there, where it, like, when I think about it, I'm embarrassed a little bit. Not really, but like, I feel silly because, like, this is a person who I haven't even met. We don't even really know each other. I don't even really give a fuck about them at the end of the day. And so much of my effort and
Yep.
energy is going there, and my attention is such a limited resource that I started thinking, do I really want this to be the place where I use this finite resource, these finite resources? And so I made the executive choice that I deleted all of the dating apps right off the bat, gone. And if I ever get the desire, the hankering to go search or talk to someone like that, I'll download it, I'll swipe, I'll respond, and then once I'm done with it, that instance, I delete it again. Because it adds a new roadblock. It does two things for me. Very minutely, it makes it so it's harder to do these things. So I don't want to do them as much. But mainly for me, I don't see it, so I don't crave it, right? With Snapchat, I would see it on my home screen, and I realized seeing it is what made me want to go. So same thing with Snapchat. I deleted Snapchat, and whenever I'm like, I want to send a snap to somebody, I'll download Snapchat. I'll press OK. Yes, you can use my camera. No, you can't send me notifications. Yes, you can use my microphone. Because I see these things more often now that I re-download so often. I send my snaps out, and then I delete the app. Because then I'm like, okay, I did the thing I wanted to do, and the main thing is I don't want it to take away my time, my attention, and my energy. Because those are the most
Yeah.
important things, right?
Yeah, man. Those are all finite. Like, that's the scary part. Let's call it in like 2 minutes because I'm getting started. I gotta make dinner.
Yeah,
And I'm going
yeah.
to my significant other's place.
Whoa.
Yeah. But what's it called? I don't know. I'm becoming brain dead as does the 40-minute rule really take place. Um, but I hope those are like, I hope you're finding yourself. I hope this like uh plan of action here with the deletion and like creating a new obstacle for yourself with the applications is resulting in like less time using them.
Oh, it
as a whole.
100% is. Yeah, because I mean, that's what would kill me is I would wake up in the morning, I would check Snapchat or whatever, and I mean, the main thing, like, I'm an incredibly ordinary being, right? And not saying that to like put myself down or whatever, but like, I'm human, right? As we all are. We are all extraordinarily ordinary, right? And knowing that, I know that I'm an animal of habit. We all are. And a habit that I didn't even realize I had until I looked for it was that I would see these square buttons on my phone, and and I would press them because I know that sometimes when I pressed the button, I would get dopamine because I would see, oh, this person hit me up. Oh, this girl I'm really trying to talk to hit me back. Oh yeah. So it feeds back into itself. And a lot of like it happens with food too. You know, if I see cake, if I see cookies, I'm gonna want them. So I start very actively. I hide the sweet things, the sugary bad things for us, and out in the open I put fruits and veggies, and I eat more of those things because I see them more often.
Yeah, yeah, dude, it's so funny. There's like this gigantic thing of clementines in my kitchen, and I'm just like,
yeah, they're there.
Little ape boy snacking all day.
A
Like,
little sugar. It's like, and that's the thing too. Is like, yeah, like when I think to myself, I'm like, damn, I really could go for some like chocolate or ice cream. I'm like, I start thinking, I start trying to be mindful. I'm like, what the fuck do I actually want? I want that little sugar high. So, ooh, there's a fucking clementine, sweet as fuck, pure concentrate.
So yummy too, just so yummy.
And you feel good about these things when you do.
Dude, I think this is like the biggest thing is like literal limitation. Like, as if you just don't have it, in the house, and then like you're forced to have this healthy snack, then the problem's solved, you know, and then that forces you to get into the habit of it anyway.
Yeah.
Like that, I still, even though I'm living at home, I'm still doing all my own grocery shopping, and like it's all very basic, baseline shit. Like a lot of fruits, a lot of veggies, a lot of wheat meat, like the basics. Like you know how I eat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just good. It's just good having the limitations and not having the option to eat like shit. Because when I had the option, like I got this like chocolate bunny for Easter. Like I one or two sittings, I finished the whole thing. It was abominable. Quite absurd. Because when it's there, I'll snack.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say you got to go real quick before you do. I want you to plug your own shit. I want you to plug your whatever you're working on, any music, any Instagram. I just want you to plug yourself, give yourself a little PR.
Sure. My name is Taylor Crawford. You can search that up on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, every single streaming platform. My Instagram is Taylor John Crawford, JOHN. Not Jahan, like JHON, John. At Taylor John Crawford for Instagram. You can see my stories, which are literally most of the time me sitting at this chair and at my desk, saying dumb things that have zero direction in the world. And right now I have a new song out. It's called I Have a Flower. I found a flower in the garden. It's about childhood. It's an homage to childhood, my childhood in particular, because it's the only one I've ever experienced. And just about like not being able to relive the atmosphere and magic that would like surround certain things, like Christmas time, buying a new video game, going to a little league baseball game, so many things that just going in the woods and like just being completely floored in awe from the magic that surrounded everything around you, and like trying to recollect those memories. And anyway, that's the song. It's on Spotify. Go listen to it. It's really fucking cool. It's like an islandy, dancey banger. And yeah, Taylor Crawford. And that's really it. I'm a musician. I'm a producer. If you want songs produced for you, give me a few months because I'm very busy, but I'd love to work with you. And
Word.
That's it. Thank you for having me, man.
Nah, brother, thank you. Let's do this more often. I really liked it.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
All right, go eat up, fuel yourself.
I'm going to make fajitas.
Word. All right, love you, brother.
You too, man. See ya.
Deuces. All right, well, if that wasn't fun, then I don't know what the fuck was. If you've been here, thank you. I appreciate it. I am going to start getting ready to close off. I'm going to pull up that song by Taylor, just to close out the the time we have together. And yeah, what do I want to say? Like we were talking about earlier, Taylor and I know that everything that we want is possible, and so I want to try and figure out how to get it, right? How to achieve the things that we want. And talking it out like this, especially, that's one of my best friends that that you guys just saw. When I talk about the things that I really want and I'm excited about with the people that I love to be around, it makes it seem that much more possible. And it makes it seem that much more easy, because with Taylor, we were talking early on about, like, I would like to have a certain type of body, I would like a certain type of career, whatever. And then as time goes on, we start actually spending time on these topics, like, what are the small steps? What can we do minute by minute, day by day, to slowly climb up the ladder, step by step, inch by inch? How can we get there? And it just makes me excited, and I hope it makes you excited, because whatever you want is super possible. And I want to be a stand for that. I want to be here to tell you, you can blame it on me, that whatever you want, you can get. Let's just try and figure out how to get it, right? I may not have all the answers now, but I'm damn sure that I'll be around to try and figure it out. So, after that little sentimental Taylor Crawford, there he is. I'm gonna throw my boy on. Let's give you the full screen real quick. This is his page. This is his cute little mug. I think actually I took that photo. That's new, but this is his new song. I found a flower in the garden, so I'm gonna throw it on for you guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay well, and I'll see you next time. All right. Let's throw it on.
I hate waking up to the silence of a time that's long forgotten. Where is the land I used to know? Sharper than a knife that cuts through stone. A portable heart with no home. Is it time to give up? Maybe I don't wanna be like you. Now time's got me questioning. Maybe I'm no different. Who was I then? Who can I be now? So sad, you have to go. Never thought we'd separate, but I can't keep holding out. I'm broke, beaten down. The world has got a grip on me. Nobody's here to hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. So excited by the little things in life, but my heart can't be contained. What a poor design for a quiet life. And baby, I don't wanna be like you, but hard time sure got me questioning. Maybe I look different. I only get to stay here for a little while. Nah. So sad, you have to go. Never thought we'd separate, but I can't keep holding on. I'm broke, beaten down. The world has got a grip on me, and nobody's here to hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. So sad, you have to go. Never thought we'd separate, but I can't keep holding on. I'm broke, beaten down. The world has got a grip on me. Nobody's here to hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Steady sipping, steady sipping. I'm steady sipping, I'm steady sipping.
My heart might be gone, but I feel it heavy. It's been a little long, but I'm simping steady. I heard you got the wild, but I'm feeling fetty. I shot blind love, I can see these feelings, I found you. I can be a joker, baby, won't clown you. You can be my queen, and baby, I'll crown you. No, you ain't tired of loving you, bound to. I feel the simping, you wouldn't like when I'm pimping. I slip it fun, I'm tripping, but I'm on a mission. I wanna feel your attention. You done had too many cooks in the kitchen. You, how you feel about me? Eyes bloodshot, need a little Visine. Is this real life? You the girl of my dreams? Cause if you ain't hit the lights, girl, I'm going back to sleep.
Steady sipping, steady sipping. Steady sipping.